That's where it starts being a little difficult, because for the past 50 years, the compact we've been living on has been roughly consumers want to consume more and cheaper. So let's provide them with more goods, more cheaply, and develop mass consumption. This is where we've been for the past 50 years. It cannot be this anymore in this age that some people call the post-materialist age. It cannot be the deal. Think to the fact that American consumers consume their body weight of natural resources every single day, right? So 250 or 60 or 70 million of this, which is something we have to deal with after that for the sake of the planet. So we cannot keep doing that the same way. We need to find another way to behave, and also we don't need to, or we don't want to be unfair to the emerging markets and populations, because it would be a little easy to tell them, don't do like we did, you know, keep poor and don't consume too much. So it's all about sustainability. This is the key word for today and tomorrow. Consuming more is not going to be a good idea anymore. Consuming less is going to be something of an issue. Is it about consuming better in a different way with different kind of references in the way we produce, sell, and consume products? Obviously, concepts that were so trendy a couple of years ago, like built-in obsolescence and disposable fashion, all of this is gone, and gone for good, because we just cannot afford it anymore. And now, obviously, the new trend, which is extremely pushed, accelerated by the social media, is about recycling, reusing. Look at the fabulous development of vintage products, and also the incredible development of those brands offering to exchange something you don't want anymore and get something else instead, instead of just throwing it away. So there is a lot of change in the way we consume. This is what the young generations tell us. And the way also we use media, we share, learning, educate, and how we move from quantity to quality also, which is not an easy topic, and from satisfaction of status to satisfaction of needs, to something which is well-being at the end of the day. So in this new world, this highly connected world, there is a strong need to change for good and for the good. Should not be anymore more for less, rather less for good, and look at, again, the explosion of initiative like the fact that you can exchange your home during a vacation, and finally act as members of a community which has a common responsibility and the common conscience of this responsibility. It's not given. It's going to require a lot of imagination. It's coming. In the past month, we had some requests from half a dozen of CEOs of the major banks in Europe and in the US. And interestingly, they all told us the same thing. Can you help us become a responsible company? In terms of responsible finance, can you help on that? Well, there is a need for imagination, for rethinking, and nothing is granted from this standpoint, and to question all the deepest beliefs that we've been using for the past decades about consumption and growth. Especially tough for our colleagues from the advertising world, that's for sure. They've been selling dream for generation. Now you don't sell dreams, you sell responsibility, which is not exactly the same thing. I am, and I'm sure you are, in this room, a believer in growth and in profits, just because if you don't get growth and profits, you get nothing. So the question now is not, can we get rid of growth and profits? No, we can't. But what do we do of growth and profit? And can we change the cynical kind of growth and cynical kind of profits we've been through to something which would become more ethical, more community-oriented, more community return to community and value for all oriented. Good news is that we have great people to guide us, and that's this young generation again. They are definitely not living in the same kind of ideology that the one we've been living in, and they believe that the culture of pure consumption is gone and that they want to develop something which is a culture of ethical consumption. So they will force us to change, and this is good news. It's not about changing for the sake of our children. It's about changing because of our children, which makes, of course, I suppose, a huge difference. So I will stop here. Thank you very much, and happy to answer any questions.